Welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here on I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night matchup here to kick off Week 7. The Denver Broncos visiting the New Orleans Saints. We got a big matchup here. Both of these teams, young quarterbacks coming into this game. Bo Nix for the Broncos coming off of a loss here, but seems to be getting better and better little by little here every week. This is a far cry from how he looked in the first 2 to 3 weeks. He's getting better. Still some inconsistencies in his throwing mechanics, footwork, things like that. But the kid seems to be able to make plays every once in a while, just with his legs, some good throws. He seems to be able to play in this league, which is a far cry from, being a quarterback that was taken basically last in the first round, at least of the quarterbacks. There was very low expectations. Some people were thinking he was well over drafted. Obviously, still a long way to go before that is either proven true or false. But the kid is about to make his seventh start, and he has the Broncos at one point had them on a 3-game winning streak. It's not easy to do in the NFL. So, and then on the other side, we have the New Orleans Saints, who started with Derek Carr as their starting quarterback, but he had an injury 2 weeks ago, and last week they actually started rookie 5th-round draft pick out of South Carolina, Spencer Rattler. And he will be starting his second game. Played last week against Kansas City. Had a solid first half, but then the second half, obviously that Kansas City defense, so opportunistic, puts a lot of pressure, and the kid just kind of couldn't get it done. Tough first week. That is a tough ask for anybody, any rookie. But you're going up against the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions whose defense is very good. It's not, the kid, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I think he did okay. He's going to need to get better for sure, especially if Derek Carr does not come back this season, or at least not anytime soon. And for the most part, the kid has an arm. He saw it last week, and he can make some plays with his legs too. And he's going to have opportunities with this Broncos defense, who is banged up. I believe they are not going to be having their number 1 corner, and that is Patrick Surtain. I believe he is out for this game. So might be some opportunities, might be some yardage there in the passing game for a young rookie quarterback who does have an arm and can possibly buy some time getting out of the pocket and then throwing it deep. We're going to see how it goes. They're about to kick it off here. It looks like Drew Brees is running on the field here. It's been a long time since we've seen him, but it's going to be a fun matchup, man. Both of these teams kind of hovering around 500, needing to get something going, and I think it is going to be one of the more unpredictable Thursday night matchups that we've had so far. So let me know what you think. Who do you have winning in this game? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe, and make sure that bell is turned on so you know when I'm going live. We're going to be doing every primetime game Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. And on top of that, we're going to be doing Packer games, as well as right now this week, if we can get all 3 games on Sunday and the Monday night game, we will be going 3 consecutive weeks with at least 5 games streamed on this channel. 3 consecutive weeks. That is a lot of football, and I'm loving it. And if I do sound pretty rough, I've been sick most days. The last couple of days, I think even on the last stream on Monday night, I was trying to get sick. But it's okay. Got my medicine. I'm going to be solid. I'm going to be here the entire time, and I hope you guys enjoy this football game because it's going to be fun, man. New Orleans, their defense, very opportunistic. I think they might lead the NFL in terms of turnovers. I think they have 17 coming into this game. They're definitely in the top 3 in that. But on top of that, they are giving up a lot of yardage on the ground or in the air. So there's a little bit of a give and take here. They're going to be opportunistic. I think they're going to be able to get something off of Bo Nix maybe once or twice. But the yardage is going to be there for Bo Nix. Can he minimize the mistakes, and can he take advantage of a defense who is very leaky? Let's just say that. But we'll see. Broncos defense, they have looked like one of the best ones in the NFL up until fairly recently. So is that a trend? Was that just a bad game? Who knows? I think, especially with a quarterback like Spencer Rattler, you don't have enough tape on him. Sometimes you see guys that have not played a whole lot. Sometimes they just play off of instinct, and you can't really key in on what they're going to do. And that can leave you open to giving up a bunch of big chunk plays. So we're going to see what happens here. They're about to kick it off. New Orleans has a bunch of players out with injuries, and I think that's going to be a little bit of a key factor, especially on offense. The kick is away. It's going to be returned here. 20. It's going to go to the right here, stretch it out. 30, and he's going to get close to the 35 here, and that is Darnell Mims Jr. here. Nice little return. So Bo Nix and this offense will have a really solid starting field position for this game around the 35. All right, looks like they are starting out in shotgun here. 1st and 10, ball at the 35. 2 receivers on the left side, running back in the backfield to the right. Bo looking, scrambling, cutting up the middle here, down to the 40, and he's going to slide just before the 50, and that is a first down for the Broncos on the first play, gain of about 14 on the play. And that's something that we have seen a lot this season. Bo Nix coming into this game, he is the second leading rusher for the Denver Broncos. I think just before that run, he was only 37 yards off of the leader for the Broncos. So this kid runs well, and he runs often. He currently leads the team in rushing touchdowns with 3. So 2-by-2, tight formation for the Broncos. Under center, fakes the toss, rolling to his right, and he's going to get it out to his receiver. That is his Oregon teammate, Troy Franklin. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Actually, that was only a gain of 2. Sorry, it looked like a longer throw than that. So 2nd and 8, ball around the 49, right around midfield, basically. So Bo in the pistol, receiver to his left, running back in the backfield. It's going to be he's got to fake the handoff, and Bo is going to run, and he is going to get the first down. Gain of about 8.5 on there. And they are running early with this young man. I think that will put him over 200 yards already for the season. I mean, if this keeps up, Bo might finish this game as the Broncos' leading rusher, not only in this game, but he is most likely he'll be in the lead right now. Of the 6 games, Bo did finish as the Broncos' leading rusher in 3 of those games. Clock is at 12:55. Receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be an orbit motion. Fakes it to the receiver. Bo looking, and overthrows a wide open tight end. If he is able to get it to him, he had space to run. It easily could have been 15, 20 yards on that play. And we've seen it. We've seen the memes. That is a Bover throw right there. And there was let me see. I don't think there was a whole lot of pressure. He had space. Yeah, there was no pressure in his face, and it's just a bad overthrow. He actually had 2 receivers. He had his tight end, and he had a wide open receiver down the field. Yeah, that was about 4 yards too high for his tight end and about 7 yards too short for his receiver. Pressure in his face. Bo needed to scramble to his left. Throws the ball down the field, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to get it to his Oregon teammate again, Franklin. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Broncos here. All right, ball is at the 41. Three receivers stacked up, bunched up, sorry, to the left here. Bo in shotgun, 2 seconds on the play clock. Needs to throw it away. He's got pressure, and he unfortunately will dirt that ball, and that'll be a fourth down for the Broncos. There was a little bit of pressure in his face, but he had a wide open tight end running across the field from the right to the left. If he puts it on him, I think he gets the first down. Let's check it out here. Oh, yeah. Easy first down. Bo just needs to plant his foot, be willing to take a little bit of contact on the throw, because there was nobody within 10 yards of that tight end. Basically, all three receivers on the left side were just running clear outs, and the tight end was running from right to left, right underneath the coverage there. If he puts it on him, man, once again, that's a big play. So some bad plays, some bad throws by Bo Nix. A little jumpy. Again, the pressure was kind of there, but it was not right on his lap. He had at least 4 or 5 yards of space between him and the rusher that was still engaged in a block. So not great by Bo. Not a great start. Again, coming into this game, the Saints have been giving up a lot of yardage. I think you saw it there. I think I don't want to say more prepared, a more experienced quarterback would have hit those open plays easily. Once again, overthrew his tight end, or might have underthrown his receiver. It's not really exactly clear who he was trying to get the ball to on that first overthrow on that drive. And then the last two just not accurate with the pressure kind of in his face. Once again, there was definitely room. He didn't have a free rusher running right at him. It was a little disappointing there by the Broncos. They were looking good on that drive, and then just some bad mechanics and bad throws by Bo to kind of put away that drive without any points. All right. First snap inside the 10-yard line. Spencer Rattler faking it to the right to his running back, and he is throwing it down the field, and that's going to be a huge chunk play right on the dot to the tight end Moreau. Great job rolling out to his left there and finding his tight end wide open down the field, and he's going to be very close to the 40. Gain of about 32 on the play. So 1st and 10, ball at the 40. It's going to be a handoff to Kamara to the right side. He's going to gain maybe a yard or two. I like the way Dennis Allen started that drive, man. They were all the way. They were inside the 10. I think the ball was at the 8. Fake it to, everybody thinking, oh, you're going to start out running with Alvin Kamara, with a rookie quarterback. Fake it, throw it down the field to the tight end, and not only get some room, but get down the field in a quick hurry. All right, empty set. Rattler pressured, getting out of a tackle, and nearly intercepted by the Denver Broncos there. Very lucky to still have the ball. It'll be 3rd and 9. I believe he was trying to get it to his receiver, Tipton, on that one. That's why they play defense, right, man? So 3rd and 9, ball at the 41. 3 receivers to his left. Spencer Rattler looking, trying to throw it quickly, and he's going to get it out to his receiver, but he's going to be about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. A lot of pressure in Rattler's face. This Denver defense, once again, outside of last week, they have looked good for the most part this season. Outside of a game or two where they have given up a lot of yards and points, they have looked good. It looks like they're going to hold the Saints to nothing on this one. New Orleans is going to be punting it away. Punt is up. And it'll fall right into the end zone. And the Broncos will start with the ball at the 20. 10:32 left in the first quarter. All right, Broncos starting out in the shotgun here. 2 receivers on each side, spread out. Throws it to his running back. Nice little flat route. And he's going to get about 7 or 8 yards on the play. Yeah, nice little swing route by, trying to see who that was. Was it McLaughlin? Bo under center. 2 receivers stacked up tight to the line on the right side. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. And it's going to be a first down run for the Broncos here. Ball going to be around the 33. That run was by Estime, the running back. The clock is at 9:31, 9:30, 9:29, 9:28, 9:27, 9:26, 9:25. If you want to sync this game up, 3 receivers to his right, tight end in the slot. Shotgun, throws quick, gets the ball out very quickly to Mims, it looks like. That's going to be a first down. Sorry, that's Valet. And they're going to be inside New Orleans territory on that one. It's going to be a gain of about 20 on that nice little slant route. Bo under center, single receiver to his left. Fakes the handoff. Roll into his right, trying to find tight end. Not the most accurate throw. It's going to be to his receiver, actually, and that's going to be Franklin with a gain of about 2 on the play. Bo, once again, throwing a little too high and outside on that one. Franklin had to really adjust to that one. I think if he puts it on him, he's going to gain a couple more yards on that one. All right, 2nd and 8. It's going to be a run up the middle. And it's going to be a first down run, second effort there by Williams. Phenomenal job. Breaking a few tackles there and getting a big first down for the Broncos. They're at the 35 here. Bo in the shotgun, single receiver to his left, two receivers bunched up to the right. Has a clean pocket, gets it out to Williams, and he's going to be out across the 30. A nice gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. A good, smart decision by Bo. Just get the ball out quick. It's a big thing that he's been struggling with is the timing, trying to look too far down the field. Just get your yardage, get the 5, get the 4 if you need it. It's going to be a toss to the left here, and the Saints do a great job of picking that one up. Great penetration, and it looks like the Broncos might have lost a yard on that one. It was a toss to the left there to McLaughlin. Unable to break the tackle. And they're going to be down at about the 31, loss of about 1.5 on the play. Bo in the shotgun, empty set. 4 receivers to his right. He's got time. He's going to scramble, trying to moving across to the left now. And he's going to try to get as many yards as he can to make this an easier kick for the Broncos. And he gains about 2 or 3 yards. 4th down. And that is something Bo has done really well, being able to buy time. He's very hard to bring down. The Broncos have only given up 9 sacks coming into this game. And Will Lutz, the former New Orleans Saint, will be on to kick a 46-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. He is very used to kicking in this dome, and it's right down the middle. And the Broncos are the first team on the board here on Thursday night. Ooh. So we're seeing obviously 2 young rookie quarterbacks. Actually, Bo is not really that young. I think he's like 25. But 2 rookie quarterbacks here we're watching, and you're going to see some throws, and I think both of these defenses are going to have the opportunity to get some turnovers. That's going to be a big. And it's going to be up to that offense to be able to capitalize on those. And both of these quarterbacks, I do believe, are going to need some help. I don't think they're going to be able to drive the length of the field consistently. You know, you're not going to see this like a Patrick Mahomes or even like a Jordan Love or C.J. Stroud, where they're just going to be able to go 80, 75 yards either by dinking and dunking all the way down, or even just big chunk plays being able to get them. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. Drive in and drive out. Both of these defenses are going to need to create some short yardage situations for these young quarterbacks. And again, Bo Nix has led the Broncos in rushing in 3 out of the 6 games they have played thus far. It's going to be a return here. Ball at the 25, breaks a couple of tackles. He's going to be out across the 30, down to about the 33. So that just tells you. And Bo has not run, he's not rushing for 100 yards in those games. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's athletic. He's very quick, and he's been able to maximize the opportunities to get out of the pocket and create yardage. But most of his leading are somewhere around the 50, 60, 70-yard range. So the Broncos have not been always able to run consistently and get big yardage. So they've been putting a lot on their young quarterback. So it's going to be a toss to the left for the Saints. A nice job by Kamara breaking away from the first tackle attempt, but still only able to get about 2 yards on the play. Clock is at 5:05, 5:04, 5:03, 5:02, 5:01, 5, and 4:59 if you want to sync it up here. Second, it's going to be another run up the middle here. It's going to pick his way through. I don't believe, is this Kamara? I don't think it is. And it's going to be Miller just weaving his way right up the middle of that Denver defense. He's going to gain about 7 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and short for the Saints here. Obviously, another. All right. Rattler in the shotgun, rolling to his right, getting it out to his receiver. That's going to be a 1st down. Quick throw, nice little out by the receiver. And what I was going to say is another obviously big storyline here is Sean Payton coming back to New Orleans, a place where he was the head coach for, I think it was 15 years. Obviously, pretty sure he leads the franchise in coaching in wins and was able to get them their first and so far only Super Bowl win back in 2009. Spencer in the pistol, gets hit as he throws. That is a fumble, and the Denver Broncos look to have picked up that ball. We're waiting for confirmation. The refs do signal it is a fumble and a recovery by the Broncos. And that was just a free runner on Spencer's blind side. Let's see here. Did they overload it? Yep. Late little blitzer there, number 55. He was actually the guy that nearly intercepted Spencer on his, I believe it was his 3rd throw of the first drive. Yep. Hit the ball as it was moving back. So that is clearly a fumble. And just like we were talking about just before we came back on this drive, actually, just before this drive started, turnovers, creating short yardage situations for these young quarterbacks. And you can say that's on Spencer. Obviously, he probably should have checked into some other protection. But, I mean, defenses are doing such a great job of holding until the very last second to show what they're actually doing. And again, this is his 2nd start in the NFL. He's a 5th-round draft pick. Was he by no means a finished product in the college situation, or in college, or even coming into the NFL. So that's a lot to put in on a young quarterback only making his 2nd start to try to identify up, when the team is blitzing, especially against I believe this is Vance Joseph's defense. I think he's one of been, at least this far this season, he's been one of the best offensive coordinators. Just the way he's been able to scheme his guys into getting into position to make plays, whether that's sacks, whether that's turnovers. So far, the Denver Broncos have been able to create some really good situations for themselves, and that was just another example of that right there. All right, looks like we are back here. And that sack and strip was by Cody Barton. I think the recovery was by Quan Alexander. So 3:39 left in the first quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos in really solid territory. Probably their best field positioning to start a drive thus far. Ball is going to be at the 45. Broncos in the shotgun. Two receivers to the right. Takes the snap, looking down the field. Throws over the middle. Gets it to his tight end. He's going to be around the 50-yard line. And that is number 85, Krull. That is the tight end that he overthrew on the first drive there. That was the first big overthrow of the night for Bo Nix. And like I said, coming into this game, the Saints, even though they are one of the better teams at taking the ball away, they're the worst team in terms of defensive yardage given up. So there's going to be opportunities for Bo to throw down the field and get his yardage. There's going to be a run up the middle here. Almost gets away from a tackler, but it's able to drag him near the first down marker. It's going to be either a really short third down or they might give him the yardage here. All right, it'll be 3rd and inches. Man, dude, Demario Davis, he is still in the league. Holy cow. All right. Receiver in motion to the left here, and it's going to be a quarterback sneak, and they are going to get it very easily. Gain of about 2 on the play. They only needed a couple inches, and that is a first down for the Broncos. Bo in the shotgun, 2 receivers. To his left is going to be a run up to the right, and McLaughlin is going to get about 6 or 7 yards on the play. Really solid job right now by the Broncos, man. Clock is under 1 minute left in the first quarter. Bo under center throw. He's going to hand it off, and it's going to be very close to a first down. That is Williams with the carry. And that'll be a first down for the Broncos. There is a 13-second difference with the play clock here. They will have to run one more play before this quarter ends. Bo in the shotgun, two receivers to his left. Fakes the handoff, looking to his right, and he is unable to connect with Cortland Sutton on the play. Ball was a little bit high and outside, but there is a flag on the field. It looks like it's going to be on the Saints here. And it is. It's going to be a holding call. And Denver is going to get a first down here. Looks like they got a Debo with the hold. That was... I think Sutton just lost his balance. If anything, a Debo might have actually kept him from falling down. So 1st and 10, ball at the 29. It's going to be fake handoff. It's going to be right up through. Nice job by Franklin. Nice little slant route against DeMario. And that'll be a big first down for the Broncos. But that is the end of the first quarter here in New Orleans. Denver leading 3-0. And they are driving towards another score here. I like what I've seen so far from Bo Nix on the last two drives. Obviously, the second drive still did not end in the end zone, but once again was a little bit more accurate with the ball. I think Sean Payton is using a lot of he's using the running game to help get into better field position, especially on second and third down, not forcing Bo to try to throw it down deep, because right now he has been inconsistent with his throws past about 15 yards. So a lot of slant routes, a lot of those little bubbles, inside curls in the middle of the field. Those are the things that you want to get Bo kind of getting used to early on, and maybe in the second half or maybe later on in this second quarter, you can kind of get it down the field. Seastrom, what's going on? Oh yeah, man, it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be entertaining. The Saints defense is one of the worst. They give up a lot of yardage, but they somehow lead I think they lead the NFL in turnovers, or at least are in the top 3 for sure. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a give and take. The Broncos have already taken the ball away with a strip sack of Spencer Rattler. So I think you're going to see these young QBs give the defenses a couple opportunities, whether that's some interceptions or, some sacks. We've already seen a couple overthrows by Bo Nix, and Spencer Rattler almost threw interception deep down the field, I think on his second or third pass attempt. So 1st and 10, Bo in the shotgun, changing some things at the line. New Orleans showing blitz. It's gonna be a toss to the right to Williams. He's gonna cut just inside the tight end. It's gonna be a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Second down. Yeah, to be completely honest with you, it's a toss up for me. I think the Broncos are gonna be able to escape with a win, but it's gonna be close regardless. The only reason I say that is I think Bo has just had more time with his team. Bo in the shotgun, looking down, has some time. He's going to scramble regardless, and he's going to put his shoulder down. He's going to get inside the 10. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. Yeah, not really anybody open for him to throw to here. So Bo definitely made the smart decision there. Might be, hold on to that ball a little bit tighter, man, when you're trying to break some tackles. Bo under center, single back in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left. It's going to be a fakes the handoff, looking deep down the field, has time, scanning, rolling to his right, and going to underthrow it to his tight end who was wide open. If he gets it to him, that is a first down. Bo Nix pointing at his chest saying, that's on me. We've seen a couple of those already. New Orleans just doing a great job of covering basically everybody, man. His receivers just did not get open. And the Broncos are going for it. 4th and 1. Tight formation here. I don't think they're going to run a play. I'd be very surprised if they snap this ball. Yeah, no. Just trying to draw them off sides here. Trying to see if they used a timeout or did they take the penalty yardage here. And they did. They just took a penalty, moved it back 5 yards. It should be an easy kick for Will Lutz here. I mean, he kicked in this dome for a long, long time when he was a Saint. This will be a 32-yard field goal attempt even after the loss of 5. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Broncos with 13:24 left in the half take a 6-0 lead. Couldn't get a touchdown after the turnover, but they got 3 points out of it. Yeah, Spencer looking at it, just frustrated that he did not get that throw out. He's had a couple of those. Just hasn't really, you can tell when he's about to throw, he just doesn't set his feet, doesn't push off of that back foot. He's not like Bo has a solid arm, but he does not have the arm of a Patrick Mahomes, of a Jordan Love, where he can kind of basically throw without his feet being on the ground and still able to get it down the field. Granted, that throw to his tight end was like only about 14, 15 yards. So he should easily be able to get that ball out there. But I think he's in his head of trying not to overthrow guys because he had an overthrow early in the first drive. So I think he's trying to keep it from going over. But I'm like, just got to put it on him, man. Just got to put it on him, man. You got to be able to make those easy throws. Those are the difference between 3 points or getting a first down and still having a chance at 7. And that's not a difficult throw. His tight end was only about a yard away from the first down marker. That is literally just 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. You got to be able to get it to him. He was wide open. He wasn't moving. And you had relatively a lot of time. The pressure wasn't in your face. The pass protection was really good. He just needs to just set his feet and just deliver a decent ball. And that's the thing with Bo. He's done a great job of being able to move either in and out of the pocket because he's athletic. He's got a lot of he's got a decent amount of speed. He's very twitchy as well. But the biggest thing is his mechanics. His throwing motion can get a little wacky, and on top of that, his footwork, and especially those ones that are just coming really short are the footwork. You can clearly tell his feet are not set. They're not where they're supposed to be. And that's what's causing those easy incompletions to turn into incomplete passes. Now you're having to kick a field goal or punting it. And once again, he was not a finished product. They knew it was going to take a year or two, but you got to get those, man. You got to get those. Those are easy yardage and potentially easy points. And the Saints are going to return this. This ball is going to be 15-25, and he's going to get out across the 30, just about half a yard ahead of the 30. So while we're waiting for this Saints offense to kind of get going here, you guys in the chat, who is somebody you want your team to target, either trading or potentially even signing somebody? Let me know. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Spencer Rattler in the pistol. 3 guys. Oh, he fumbles the snap, bumps into his offensive lineman, takes a shot. He fumbled the ball, and that is Barton scooping and scoring. And as of right now, that is a fumble, but we do have a flag on the field. Number 55, Barton, the guy who just scooped and scored right here, was also the guy that strip sacked Spencer on the previous drive. So if this stands, it's going to be a big night already for Barton. And it's going to be offsides for the Broncos. Oh, man. That is huge. We could easily be looking at a 2-possession game here, but Saints, that fumble wiped away. They even gained 5 yards. First and 5, ball at the 35. And the Broncos once again jump off sides. That is 10 free yards already for the Saints to start out this drive. Broncos defense, man, they're sensing a little bit of a shaky quarterback here. They're looking to get after this rookie. They're trying to make this kid comfortable as possible. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Single running back in the backfield. Spencer throwing it deep down the field, and it is going to be incomplete. His receiver trips and falls. And Spencer is lucky he overthrew everybody on that one, because that would have been an easy interception for the Broncos. Trying to get it to Tipton. Unfortunately, Chris Olave is not in this game. And now I'm surprised that there is no pass interference there. Riley Moss was literally holding Tipton's hand for about 10 yards there. Quick pass. Johnson. It's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play. Nice little quick out for number 83 there. Spencer put it right on him. It'll be 3rd and 5, ball at the 45. Clock is at 12:30, 12:29, 12:28 if you want to sync it up here. Spencer in the shotgun, try to get the ball out quickly. He's going to airmail it to just throw it out of bounds. Bunch of pressure in his face. And that'll be a 4th down for the Saints. Just a great inside move there. Inside and outside move by Allen of the Broncos, man. Faked like he was cutting in. Boom. Got to the outside shoulder of the left guard and just basically was completely unblocked after that to Spencer Rattler. And the punt is going to be well covered by the Saints. Heck of a job. So we're seeing both of these defenses really trying to get after these quarterbacks, man. I think the Broncos have been having more success, obviously. But Bo, man, he's just just the way that he's been moving, kind of like in and out of the pocket, like very happy feet. You would think he's been sacked like 5 times, but there has been maybe only 1 or 2 times where they have legitimately or been really close to a sack. Outside of that, man, he has had all day to throw. Broncos have had nearly 13 minutes of possession compared to less than 5 for New Orleans. So 1st and 10, ball at the 14, fakes the toss to the right, fakes the toss to the left, roll into his right, and Bo is not going to be able to find anybody, so he's going to just dive for a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. Yeah, if you look at his feet, man, they are not set. That back foot, it just keeps on, it's like dangling every time. And it seems like the only time that his feet are staying on the ground where all his cleats are there are on those like short slant routes. And those are by far have been his best throws. A run up the middle, and that is Williams getting some huge yardage. He's going to be very close to the 40-yard line of New Orleans. But easily the biggest run of the game for both teams. Sorry, not of New Orleans. They're still on their side. I forgot how deep they were. Great job by Williams. Great job by that offensive line. Just a big, just gaping hole in the middle of that defense. So 1st and 10 for the Broncos here. Ball at the 38. It's going to be another handoff to Williams. And he's going to go up the middle for a gain of about 3 or 4. Oh, sorry, that's not number 33. That's 23. So that's Estime on the carry. Now Williams is back on the field. All right. 2nd and 6, ball at the 42. Fakes the handoff. Looking. It's going to get it to Williams, who breaks the tackle on the screen, and he's going to be out across the 50 for the 1st down. And it looks like he's going to be in New Orleans territory. Great job by Williams breaking the initial tackle and then being able to drag the second guy a couple yards. And we have a New Orleans Saint down on the ground. We're gonna go to commercial break here while they check in on him. All right, while we have a little bit of time here, since I don't think I've talked about it because I think the last game we had was the Jets and Bills on Monday night, and that was about 12 hours, or maybe actually no, it was actually just like an hour before the Jets traded for Devontae Adams. So we'll talk about a little bit of that Devontae. We'll talk about it more obviously at halftime, but I'll give my initial thoughts now while we have some time. But obviously, I said it before, was going to be traded. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but I think the loss to the Bills uh, really hurried the clock on the Jets. I think they were hoping that they could catch, you know, the Bills sleeping here. They would be able to steal one away, but clearly did not happen. Very frustrating game for them offensively again. And I think I think if Mike Williams, is able to make that adjustment or ran the right quote unquote route, as Rodgers put it, I think if that happens, I think Devontae is still traded to them, but I think it might have been able to push that off, especially if they would have won. I think the Jets would have been okay at 3-3. They'd be like, all right, let's see what we can do. The longer we can wait, the more the Raiders are going to be willing to, you know, compromise on their pick. Maybe we'll only have to give away a fourth or a fifth, a fourth or a fifth conditional pick. But a divisional loss, a tough one on offense. Rodgers probably not too happy with his receivers outside of maybe Lazard. And even then, Lazard did not have the most amazing game outside of that deep Hail Mary catch at the end of the half. And it's going to be, oh no, Depot, man. Looks like they're putting him in an air cast. I think this is what they actually did with Hutchinson as well. Dang, dude. Another bad injury, man. Especially for a young guy, dude. He was playing so well, man. 10 pass defenses, leading the NFL along with 3 interceptions, man. So this kid was playing really, really well for this Saints defense, and that's just another big loss for the Saints. I mean, offensively, they've been just hacked to there. I mean, obviously, Derek Carr, Olave's not starting. I think they're missing a few offensive linemen as well. It's been tough for them, and now they're going to be out with one probably their best corner right now. Yeah, Debo. It looks like they're pumping like an air cast on there, and that's what they eventually used on Hutchinson this past week to stabilize the bone. So it might be a leg break or something. Again, I'm absolutely just kind of basing off what they were doing there. But yeah, man, does not look good. I mean, for the most part, he seems like he was sitting up, so hopefully it's nothing major. Maybe it's just precautionary. But most likely he will not be back in this game, and yeah. So hopefully the kid gets healthy soon, man. He was playing so well. 3 picks, man. It's a lot. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Seastrom, man. I'm hoping for the best for the kid, man. Hopefully he can come back into the season, man, because when you start out with 3 picks in the first 6 games, you're on pace, man, for Pro Bowl, potentially second team, first team All Pro, and that's huge for a young like a Debo. I think he's only in his second or third season, so I'm not exactly sure what he did last year, or even as a rookie. He might have been rookie last year. I don't know, but anytime you can put up some numbers like that early in your career, that's gonna set you up for some big money on your second contract. Get some accolades, and yeah, man, it's tough. Hopefully the kid can come back. Oh man, Patriots and Jaguars. 8:30, man. Holy cow, that'll be an early game. Yeah, they're carting him off the field. He's sitting up, which is I don't know if that's any better or not. Hutchinson was laying down when he had his knee injury, so I don't know if that's any better, but yeah, it looks like they put him in that like air cast, so just to stabilize everything. 1st and 10. Ball is again at the 50, empty set for the Broncos. Needing to scramble to his right, throwing it deep down the field, finds a man open, and that is a great job getting it to his former Oregon Duck teammate, Franklin. Again, a little bit of an underthrow there. Franklin, I think, had to come back for it, but it was accurate enough. Franklin able to stay on his feet and gain a couple more yards, a handful of more yards after the catch. So he's going to be out across the 20. He's going to be inside the red zone here, so well in field goal range. Fullback and running back in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left. Bo hands it off, and Williams is going to be able to run up for a gain of about maybe 2. All right, 2nd and 8. Bo in the shotgun, 2 receivers stacked up to his left. Throws it to number 84. And initially he had the first down. It's going to depend on where they give him after trying to fight for more yardage. That was to Humphrey. And he's going to be inside the 10-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Broncos. Bo in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, and it's going to be run up the middle to Williams, and that is a touchdown for the Denver Broncos. And nobody touched Williams on his way to the end zone. That drive, 8 plays, 86 yards, less than 5 minutes. Very deflating for this New Orleans defense, man. Once again, they have given up a lot of yardage. I think they are last in the NFL in terms of defensive yardage. Does not bode well for Dennis Allen. 7:30. So we are literally halfway through this second quarter, and the extra point is good. Trying to change the score here for some reason. There we go. My goodness. It is 13-0 here. Broncos leading big over the Saints. New Orleans has yet to really show that they can sustain a drive. So 13 points seems like a lot, but hey, all you just need is one big play to get you going. That's all you need. New Orleans missing a lot of key players. Once again, Chris Olave is also, I think I mentioned that before, he's out. But on top of that, Rashid Shaheed, one of not only their primary kick and punt returner and one of the more explosive wide receivers on their offense. Unfortunately, he has been ruled out for the entire season after sustaining, I think it was a torn ACL last week. So easily 2 of their biggest 3 receiving options are not in this game. And that is going to be tough with a young rookie quarterback. And the Saints do return it, but unfortunately, it's not a great return. Looks like the could not get any good blocks there, and it's going to be well inside the 30. Rattler under center here, fullback and running back in the backfield. Hands it off to Alvin Kamara, who's going to just slam his face into the defense for a gain of about 6 or 7 on that play. Oh, and Dennis Allen, man, he was I forgot he was a coaching assistant here in New Orleans when Sean Payton was there. Second and 4. Once again, fullback and running back in the backfield. Another handoff. It can be a gain only of about 2 yards. And that is the former Green Bay Packer, Jamal Williams, with a carry. Oh, I miss Jamal, man. I miss Jamal in Green Bay. Guy was such an awesome character, man. Great locker room guy. And heck of a football player, man. Never, Pro Bowl level, never anything like that. You could tell he was definitely the number 2 to Jonesy, but awesome to have around. So 3rd and 3, Spencer in the pistol here. It's gonna scramble out. He's gonna try to get the first down. He is gonna be very close. He's gonna take a shot from Barton. Rattler pointing to his guys as he's scrambling. Hey, come back, give me something. And they're saying he's going to be about half a yard short of the first down. Let's see here. Ooh, that is very close. And even with the few that they have to go, New Orleans is sending out their punting unit. Oh, there's a timeout. We got the first timeout off the board here. So is Dennis Allen rethinking this punt, or is he just, did he not have the right personnel out there? No, they're sending out the offense. Let's go. There we go. You're down 13-0. You're 2-4. You're in a 4-game losing streak, man. I get it. If you lose another game, your seat is only going to get hotter, but I mean, you got to go for it. It's going to be fakes the run, gets it to his fullback, to his tight end here, Johnson, and Johnson breaks for a nice, good amount of yardage. That's going to be a 10-plus catch and run for the tight end, and that is a first down for New Orleans. Nice little touch pass by Rattler. It's going to be at the 42. Spencer Rattler rolling to his left. Throws it to Alvin Kamara for a gain of about 6 or 7. Kamara leaving a little bit of yardage on that one when he stepped out. I feel like he could have stayed in. Clock is under 4:30 in the half here. Rattler under center, tight end in motion to the right. It's going to be a toss to Kamara to the right side, and he is going to get stonewalled after a gain of 2. That was by big number 94 Jackson. Holy cow. All right, 3rd and 2. Clock is at 3:45. Rattler under center, 2 receivers to his left, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a fake handoff. There's pressure needing to cut inside. He's going to run for it. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, and he's going to step out at around the 22, 21-yard line. Huge run by Spencer Rattler. There was pressure nearly instantly. As soon as he hit the back foot on his drop, he had to run up the pocket there. There's at least 3 guys that had a chance at him. I see here 1, 2. Yeah, 2 guys got hands right on him, but he was able to just keep moving and ran for a huge amount of yardage. Easily their best drive thus far. So far, their best opportunity to get points here. Sean Payton telling that defense, hey, calm down. It's all right. And despite I'm talking about New Orleans' defense now, despite being one of the worst teams in terms of giving up yardage, I think they are actually 2nd in the NFL in terms of red zone defense. So they're going to let you get down there. But once you get inside the 20, they are, I think they're only giving up, they have a 38% success rate against them or for them. So they're doing a pretty good job. I think they're 2nd in the league. It's going to be a toss to Kamara around, and that is going to be blown up in the backfield. That is a huge loss. I think they're going to be around the 29. Oh, that play looked ugly from the beginning. Spencer nearly got hit as he was tossing it to Kamara. Yeah, that's going to be a loss of about 7 on that play. Holy cow. That was ugly. All right, 2nd and 17, ball at the 29. Quick throw, and his receiver takes a shot. That is Tipton, the rookie. Riley Moss, the corner. Freaking coming in like a freaking missile. All right, Denver is going to use their 2nd timeout. I missed their first here, so. All right, they stop the clock with 2:27 left in the half. Obviously, Denver trying to get one more drive going, but here before the half. New Orleans does get the ball to start the 2nd half. All right, ball is going to be spotted at the 23, so 3rd and 11. 2 receivers to his left in the shotgun. Looking, pressure in his face, and he's going to get hit just as he threw. And getting it to Moreau, who is just fighting for every yard. Holy cow. He was literally getting tackled by his ankles, threw off another tackler, kept on moving down the field slowly, and then withstood another tackle, shoved him off, and then just fell forward. Holy cow. Those were some tough yards by that tight end. It is 4th down, unfortunately, for him. But, man, we have reached the 2-minute warning here. Dude, that Moreau, man, he was just carrying everybody on that one, dude. Heck of a job. And Moreau has had a solid night thus far. He had the first explosive play on that first play for New Orleans. They were, I think, at the 8. Spencer Rattler faked the handoff and then threw it deep down the field, and Moreau was able to catch it and run it and get to around the 40-yard line for the Broncos there. Sorry, for New Orleans. That was about a 30-plus yard catch and run to start the game. And he's had a couple other catches here and there. Nothing as big as that first one, but he's been solid, man. He's been getting open. The biggest issue is, once again, the offensive line has not really given Spencer a whole lot of time. He's been needing to scramble a whole lot or dump it down very quickly. Yeah, Vance Joseph is by no means afraid of Spencer Rattler. He is sending a lot of pressure towards that young man. And I think, so for the most part, Spencer has done okay. Hasn't had any bad interceptions. He had that one throw that was nearly picked off, but outside of that, his throws have been solid. He's been smart with the ball. Hasn't been trying to put it in harm's way. Not yet. His receivers don't seem to be on the same page as him in terms of getting open. But I'll be interested to see what they do here. Obviously, they can just kick the field goal, take the points, try to stop the Denver from scoring down the field before the half ends, and just take a 10-point deficit. And you're getting the ball back. I think you have to take the points here. This is by far your best drive. As much as I would say, hey, go for it, you never know. It's only about 2 or 3 yards that you're maybe short. But I think you just take the points here. Plus, Denver only has 1 timeout left. Their offense has only been able to score 1 touchdown in this half. The odds of them being able to drive down the field in what would be less than 2 minutes, probably not not going to be likely, but take the points, try to see what you can do to open up the second half, and if you can get a touchdown, now you're only down by 3. And the kick is up, and it is good. New Orleans gets on the board here with a field goal. Sorry, they had like a Scrabble thing going on, saying like, oh, the shortest names in NFL history. Bo Nix, obviously just 5 letters. I feel like that was just like we gotta fill some time here. What's a fun little fact? All right, let's see if the Broncos return this one here. 1:57 left in the half. Kick is up, and it is going to be just inside the end zone, but they are going to return it. 20, 25, and he's going to be down at the 27. So Bo Nix, with a minute 52 left in the half, has 1 timeout. Ball inside the 30. Going to try to get some points just before the half. All right, 2 receivers to his left in the shotgun. Bo throwing it short to his running back Williams on the screen, and he's going to be out across the 35. Gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd and 2, ball at the 31. New Orleans showing a lot of pressure. They got a lot of people on the line. They do send a blitz. Bo throws it accurately, but his receiver unable to come back. It's a little behind him for sure. But, I mean, it was in his hands. It ricocheted off his hands into his chest, and then, bam, hit the field. That'll be 3rd and 2. Trying to get it to Valet. That was a pretty solid throw by Bo. Again, a little bit behind, but there was a lot of pressure coming at him. Williams to his right in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left. Bo looking, has time. Throws it underneath to his tight end, who will get a first down, and he's going to be very close to midfield. A little over a minute left. Clock is still rolling. Broncos obviously still have a timeout here. Good decision by Bo. 2 receivers to his right. Bo looking, has to scramble, and it's just going to dump it down. It's going to be... No, they're saying his running back was, I mean, clearly not trying to get it to him, but there was a receiver in the area, so that'll be an incomplete pass. Oh, heck yeah. First time as a dungeon master? Best of luck, my brother. After you do that, man, you're going to have to let me know how that campaign went or how it started. Pressure in Bose. He's got to scramble, throws it deep down the field, and he is nearly intercepted in and out of the hands of the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Golden opportunity. I mean, that thing smacked Mathieu in the chest. Oh my God, nearly a huge turnover. Another Bover throw there. And that is another opportunity for this New Orleans defense that has just slipped through their hands. Sorry, Seastrom. Hey, I'll catch you later, brother. Hope it goes well, man. You're going to have to let me know. Best of luck, my brother. You'll do great, man. I promise. I believe in you, my friend. And it's going to be a throw to Mims on the right side, and he is going to be very close to the first down. He did get out of bounds, so he stops the clock at 40 seconds. And that'll be a first down for the Broncos. Yeah, that was like almost 10 yards way past his receiver. And either if he was trying to throw it deeper, that was like almost 20 yards too short. Yeah, sometimes, man, when Bo doesn't set his feet, man, that thing just goes wildly anywhere. New Orleans sending pressure. Bo underthrowing his receiver, and that is Mims unable to haul it in. Might be a good thing he wasn't able to bring it in because that stops the clock at the very least. That's the thing today, man, or tonight, I should say, with Bo. Every time he has had pressure or he feels like he has pressure, the ball has either been wildly overthrown or just significantly underthrown. There's like no in between. So it'll be 2nd and 10, ball at the 40. They only need a couple more yards to get into field goal range here. Whoa, weird play. Bo is going to try to scramble, and he's going to slide just short of the 35. Clock is continuing to roll. Denver needing to use their final timeout here. Yeah, but I agree with you, man. It was either a big miscommunication or just a really, really terrible throw by Bo. And he's had a couple of those bad throws. So I'm kind of inclined to think of it as the latter here. Yeah, Bo has not been accurate down the field today. All right. Denver did use their final timeout. They stopped the clock with 27 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 7. I'd be very surprised if this ball is thrown in the middle of the field and short. I think it's going to be to the sidelines. If it's there, great. If not, just throw it away and see if we can get something out of this. Pressure by New Orleans. Bo needing to scramble. He's going to be able to get some yardage here, and he's going to get to the 35. Stops the clock at 21 seconds and makes the kick a little bit more manageable for Will Lutz. Lutz in to attempt his 3rd field goal of the night in his former home here, and it's right down the middle. That kicker is very comfortable kicking in this dome. He did it for a long time, and it looks like he hasn't skipped a beat at home. 16 seconds left in the half. Denver able to get 3 points before the half, 16-3. And that is the one thing that has concerned me a little bit with Bo. And that's the biggest thing. I even put it in the descriptions of this on this video here, kind of leading up to this game. I always try to give a little bit of a snapshot of where this team is. Sometimes it's not a complete snapshot. In the description, I really talked about mostly the offense of these teams and the rookies, because I feel like that was like the biggest story coming into it. And coming into it, I talked about Bo. He has done well with his feet, which he's done tonight, and he's done well when the play is breaking down. He's done a great job of being able to be smart with the ball, and he's been, for the most part, okay in terms of not being too reckless with it. Obviously, he has 5 picks, so I mean that's a problem. But the thing is, his mechanics are just awful, man. And it's going to be a throw to Kamara underneath, and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. 11 seconds left, gain of 1. Did New Orleans use a timeout here? Oh, okay. Yeah, they do. And his throwing mechanics are very off, and his footwork, that's like the biggest thing. His footwork is the worst that I've seen consistently. Like his mechanics, even when his throwing motion, I should say, is a little off, the ball eventually kind of gets there. It's maybe a little bit, kind of lofts it a little bit. Usually he gives his receivers some time, but when he cannot set his feet, that ball just goes anywhere. Anywhere. So 2nd and 9, empty set. Rattler looking down the field, has a little bit of time, and it's going to dump it down again to Kamara. Gain of maybe 4 or 5 yards. Kamara looks like he is done. He looks frustrated as anybody I've ever seen on the field right now. And New Orleans, once again, not willing to go into halftime here. They use their final timeout. I'm not sure really what the hey is going on here, but okay. It's going to be a very tight formation, and it's okay. Well, it's just a kneel down, so I don't know what was the point of the timeouts, especially that last one. All right, we are going into halftime here with the Denver Broncos leading the New Orleans Saints here in New Orleans 16-3. I think the biggest story of the half has to be the defenses thus far. Denver has been able to get to Spencer Rattler once, forced a fumble. That led into a field goal. But on top of that, they've been able to do a great job of getting Spencer uncomfortable. Of the two teams, they have been able to get the most pressure on him, and that has unfortunately forced New Orleans to really have to either dump it down or just throw it away. I think Spencer has done a better job, at least in terms of his throws, of handling the pressure of the two quarterbacks. Bo, even though he's been the more, I don't want to say consistent, but the offensive production has been more consistent. I think they've been able to run the ball better than New Orleans thus far. And but Bo, when he is pressured and the pressure gets near him, even if it's not, you know, completely there, if he senses anybody within a couple of yards of him, his throws just go wild. I think Spencer has done a better job of being able to handle the pressure. He's been smarter with the ball. He's been either throwing it away or getting it down to his check down. It hasn't gone anywhere. And I think it has to do with Denver's defense is just better right now. I think they're healthier as well. New Orleans obviously coming into this game with some big injuries. They ended up losing a Debo, who has been one of their best corners this season. He had 3 picks, 10 pass breakups, which led the NFL coming into this game. Unfortunately, it looks like he could be having an injury that's going to keep him out of the season for a while. Hopefully, it's nothing major, but it did not look good. Offensively, I think the Broncos have once again have done a better job being able to run the ball, been able to be a little bit more varied in their play calling, and I think when they have gotten the ball to the receivers, I think their receivers have been able to get a lot more yardage after the catch. I think that's been the big difference. If you look at New Orleans, Spencer has been able to get the ball out of his hands, but his receivers have just had no room to make plays after the catch. And they haven't been able to run the ball really at all with Kamara, with Jamal Williams. They have had very little room to be able to get in the open field, make plays on the ground, and force that Broncos defense to respect the run. It just has not happened. And I think those are the biggest things. New Orleans has had their hands on a couple passes, but they have not been able to bring it in. Bo has definitely given them a couple opportunities for some interceptions, but New Orleans unable to capitalize on any of them. Tyrann Mathieu clearly had the best opportunity of the night to get a pick, and it just literally just bounced right off his chest. And I am gonna get some water because I am dying right now, but still a little sick. Feeling a lot better than I did on Monday and especially Tuesday. But I'm gonna get some water. I will be right back. All right, we are back. It looks like we got a little over 7 minutes here before the second half starts. But yeah, let's look at some of the players that are kind of active for this New Orleans. I really don't know a lot of their receivers at this point. I knew Chris Olave, I knew uh, Rashid Shaheed, but unfortunately both of those guys are not even playing in this game. So I'm gonna have to look up some of their receivers, man, because to give Spencer a little bit of grace here, man, he has not been able to find really a whole lot of room to throw. It seems like his receivers have been unable to really get anything going or like any separation, I should say. And Denver, I mean, they're dealing with some injuries on their defensive side of the ball, but they still have a really, really solid defense. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Obviously, they've been able to get a lot of pressure on Spencer in this game. And then you couple that with even remotely decent coverage. And it's going to be a tough sledding for a kid, man, especially in his second start. So let's look at who his receivers are for today, because obviously it's changed a lot over the last pair of weeks. And it looks like tonight Drew Brees is being honored, man. He might be entering. Oh yeah, he's entering the Saints Hall of Fame. Let's go, man. Obviously a legend, by far their best QB of their franchise. You know, no disrespect to anybody else that was there, but I mean, Drew Brees rewrote the not only their record books but the NFL record books as a New Orleans Saint. Got them a Super Bowl. Never won an MVP there, but I mean, he was around that era of Tom Brady, you know, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers was around there. There was a couple seasons where him and Rodgers were really close. 2011 was probably Drew's best opportunity to win the MVP, and fortunately, Rodgers just had a little bit of a better year. I think Drew finished with 48 passing touchdowns to Rodgers' 45, but Rodgers, obviously, that team was 15-1. I think he threw less picks for sure than Drew that year. He might have had a couple more rushing touchdowns as well. That Packers team as a whole in 2011 was just so much better in terms of their record, and I think their stats were pretty similar as well. I think New Orleans was still very high up there. They might have been actually better in terms of yardage. But on top of that, I think both of those teams, I think their defenses finished worst or second worst. Sorry, worst and second worst in terms of like yardage. I think they both gave up the most amount of yards, not only for that season, but I think it might have been an NFL record at the time. Like those teams were almost historically bad in terms of defense, but it was kind of offset by a historically great pair of offenses. So, fortunately, Drew did not get a chance to win an MVP during that year, and fortunately, never got a chance to really win MVP any other years that he was. Always seemed to be one of the guys with the most amount of yardage, best completion percentage. Was usually always tossing a lot of touchdowns. His interceptions were they would go up and down a little bit here and there. And I think part of it was Sean Payton would get a lot of credit for the way that offense was run and how successful it was. I think Sean Payton got a lot of credit for it. And I think as you saw, granted, you only really get to see 1 year of Sean Payton without Brees before Sean retired and, left the NFL for a while. But you saw him with Jameis. It was still a solid offense, but it was by no means what it used to be with Drew. So I think Drew, I think over the years, especially with a lot of what you've seen with Payton over the last couple of years, with the way he's handled Russell Wilson, the way he's handled right now with Bo Nix. I think some of the opinions are starting to change a little bit on who was really potentially the most driving force of that offense, and I think Drew is starting to get a little bit more credit than he maybe initially was given credit for to begin with. All right, so we got Jermaine Jackson, who I believe we've seen a little bit here. I know I've seen Bub Means. I don't think he may have gotten a catch yet, but he's been on there. Oh, we got Equiminius St. Brown, a former Green Bay Packer there. Mason Tipton, who's probably been the most targeted wide receiver tonight. Cedric Wilson Jr. He's had a couple of passes thrown his way. And then I think we have seen anybody else here. Jawan Johnson, Foster Moreau. We've seen him get a couple big catches here and there. So let's just say not the most well-known household names by any means here. So Spencer is trying to be able to get the most out of this offense, and unfortunately he's missing two of the most explosive playmakers on that offensive side of the ball. Chris Olave not there. Am I missing anybody else here? But yeah, Alvin Kamara has really been bottled up for the most part. Jamal Williams has only gotten maybe less than a handful of carries in this game, so New Orleans is going to have to really find creative ways to be able to get not only the ball out of Spencer's hands a lot quicker, because that pressure is coming for him, but they got to get this running game going, man. They really need to help this rookie out a little bit, because otherwise this kid is just going to eventually he's going to have to throw it deep, and he might get picked off, especially with the way that this Broncos defense has been able to play through most of the season. They've been tough, man. They've been one of the better defenses. They've had a game here or there where they look, below average, but for the most part, they are solid. I know they're missing, God, I'm trying to think of his name, Sertan, but, man, they still have a solid secondary, man. So hopefully Dennis Allen can help out his rookie quarterback here, get creative ways to get the running game going. Something, man. You got to figure something out, because I think putting everything on this young man is not gonna work out tonight. So 3 receiver bunch to the right, Spencer Rattler in the shotgun. Kickoff was just down, so it'll be starting at the 30. And that is to Cedric Wilson Jr., who just drops the pass. Solid throw by Spencer Rattler. A little bit behind, but, more than catchable. And it'll be an incomplete pass to start out the half. Shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Cedric Wilson in motion, throws it out to Kamara. Perfect throw, and it's going to be a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. And I think I talked about the current backup, Jake Hayner, man. He looked serviceable when Derek Carr got hurt 2 weeks ago. So 3rd and 7 here. Spencer looking, and he gets it to Johnson, but Coverage was really good. Ball falls incomplete. Great pass. That was Mathis, number 27 for the Broncos, with a nice pass breakup. That forces a quick 3-and-out. Surprised that there was not a holding penalty on that one. Got a hold of his jersey. Yeah, it's not looking too good for the Saints, Seastrom, man. It's yeah, like I said, man, the big. I think I started. I think I said it in the beginning of this game. The defenses were going to be the biggest part of what kind of dictates this, because I think both of these offenses are going to struggle regardless, just because of the youth at the quarterback position. And one, Bo Nix has, he's inconsistent with his mechanics. Every single game, a defense is going to have a couple chances at getting the ball, whether that's a pick, whether that's something, just being able to get their hands on the ball. And I think, as asking Spencer Rattler to go up against one of the better defenses in the NFL and just light them up, I think that would be asking too much. So I think the defenses are going to be the big part of this. 1st and 10, ball at the 34. It's going to be a handoff to Javonte Williams, who is able to break a tackle. He's going to get the first down and some more. Just keeps his legs churning. So, yeah, obviously the Broncos are one of the better defenses statistically. Very tough to throw against, very tough to run against. And while granted New Orleans, one of the worst in terms of their yardage rankings, they are one of the best teams at taking the ball away. So, once again, anytime you're dealing with young QBs, takeaways can be a big factor. And that was the only way New Orleans was going to be able to really keep this game close. And that is get their hands on the passes that Bo is going to give them. And he's given them a couple here, but they have not been able to get taking advantage of it. It's going to be another run up the middle by Estime. That's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. Denver approaching midfield here. Ball is at the 46 of New Orleans. It's going to be a toss to the right. And, it's going to be broken. And he's going to be taken down. McLaughlin nearly taking that to the house. A last-ditch shoelace tackle by New Orleans saves what would have been a huge, huge touchdown run by the Broncos. Literally, Tyrann Mathieu, the last line of defense, able to get right to the ankles, saving what would have been a huge touchdown run. It's still going to be a first down, but the Broncos are driving and they are running the ball. 3 tight end set, single back in the backfield. Give it to Javonte Williams, who is going to try to bowl over a guy. He cannot. Gain of maybe half a yard. Saints defense has given up already 150 rushing yards. Coming in, they were the 20th ranked team against the run. They were averaging 133 yards. They've already given up more than that. It's going to be a throw to the left here. New Orleans doing a great job of getting there. Denver still able to catch the ball, get a couple yards, but that was close. New Orleans. And Lattimore nearly got there. He was almost there to either break it up or might have been able to get a pick. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Broncos. They are in field goal territory here. All right, 3rd and 5 at the 20. 3 receivers bunched up to the right. Bo in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking, throwing to the right, and it's going to be a jump ball, and no, unable to haul it in. He was trying to go for Humphreys. Humphrey able to get his hands on it, but once again, New Orleans being active, being aggressive, getting their hands in between there, fighting for the ball, and they break it up. And that was number 1, Taylor, turning around, locating the ball, and getting his hands in between Humphreys. Great job, man. It was a good throw by Bo. Give his guy a chance. Kick is up, and Will Lutz is now 4 for 4 in his return at the Superdome. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 16. Oh, gotta switch this to third quarter here. Let's go. Come on. And to be fair to you, Seastrom, I think it was going to be a tough call either way, especially with like a young quarterback like Spencer Rattler, man. Like when you have a guy that has that kind of arm talent and can move, you never know. He could have a big game. So I don't think it was an easy call. I think the Broncos definitely had I think they were favored for sure. I think they had a better defense overall. And I think their quarterback, despite being young and definitely inconsistent, this is going to be his 7th start compared to a guy that's only going to be starting his 2nd. So Bo a little bit more comfortable in the offense, probably a little bit more has been able to really get some of the smaller things that you start out with a young QB in your first couple starts. He's been able to move on from those, timing wise, getting to the line, maybe being able to read a few defenses here and there. So I think the Broncos were definitely the favorite team, but not by a whole lot. Bo, he's been, once again, his throws have been not always there. Broncos have not always been able to run the ball consistently. And Denver doesn't always have the most consistent pass catchers. I think Sutton is by far their best guy, but even then, he's been quiet today. I think he only has 1 catch, maybe. Either way, he hasn't been targeted a whole lot. It's been usually the running backs and the tight ends thus far. And again, I do apologize for my voice. Been sick for a little bit here. Getting better, but still got a little bit of a, All right, 10:24 left in the third quarter. Kick is going to be in the end zone, and it'll be downed. New Orleans will start with the ball at the 30. All right, we got Drew Brees in the press box here. Was inducted into the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame at halftime. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Spencer in the eye under center here. It's going to be a toss to Jamal Williams, who's going to be able to work his way for a couple yards here, maybe 3 up the middle. Second and 7. Two receivers to the right. Shotgun, Alvin Kamara in the backfield to his left. Throws it to Kamara in the screen, and he gets blown up in the backfield. That is going to be lock number 6 for the Broncos with a huge tackle on Kamara. This Bronco defense, man, they got a big lead. Now they're playing aggressive. They're willing to take some chances. They're going to give Spencer Rattler some opportunities here deep down the field, especially on first and second down. They're going to be very aggressive. They're probably going to play off on 3rd and 10. Spencer needing to run, has to dump it off, and it's going to be incomplete. But there is a flag on the field. Took a shot at the end of that throw. This might be on the defense here. No, it's going to be a false start. It's going to be declined, and it'll be 4th down. Quick 3 and out for the Saints here. Sorry, the kid got on camera, and you could tell he was excited. It's always fun when like kids can be on the jumbotron, man. It's always like you can tell it just makes their entire night. Punt is okay. Oh, it's gonna be a bad roll here. It was gonna be inside the 30, and then it rolled to about the 31, 32. All right, Denver gets the ball back here with an opportunity to make this a 3-possession game. Already up by 16. Even a field goal will push this to 3 possessions. All right. Bo in the shotgun. 1 receiver on each side. Running back to his left. Bo throwing it deep down the field. A little high, but his tight end is able to get to it. That is number 85, Kroll. Doing a great job of just getting all the way up there to stop that one. That was a nice catch. It wasn't a great throw. Bo definitely trying to make sure he got enough air to get it over the linebackers, but might have had a little too much air into there, but tight end able to make a play on it. Big 1st down. They're already in New Orleans territory. It's going to be a toss to the running back to the right. Gets past the first line, and he's going to gain about 6 or 7 on the play. That was McLaughlin with the toss to the right. All right. Bo Nix under center here. 2nd and 4. Ball just shy of the 40. Receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be a run up the middle. And that is Javonte Williams trying to get the tough yardage. He's going to be about a yard and a half short. Clock is now under 7 minutes here. Oh, boy. All right. Sorry, my my stream was getting choppy here. It's going to be a run. It's going to be a quarterback keeper by Bo Nix. 25, 20, 15, stumbles, 10, 5. And that is a 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal for New Orleans. Great play call. had a receiver and the running back moving to the right. Bo took the snap, ran to his left, had blockers. Great job by the guard to be able to pull, and Bo Nix could have had a little bit more. He stumbled around the 20, but able to keep the ball and get inside the 10 down to about the 5. And man, Broncos, golden opportunity here to put this game potentially out of reach already. It's going to be a run up the middle by Williams, and he is going to fight his way in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for the Denver Broncos. Javonte Williams, big touchdown. I think that is his second of the season. Sorry, trying to do math here and talk at the same time. Unable to, apparently. I was like, how much is 16? Sorry, 6 plus 19. Yeah, just a run right up the middle. Got stopped around the 2, but just kept those legs churning and then just popped right out. And the kick is good, and that'll make it 26-3 with 5:53 left in the third quarter. And Sean Payton coming into the house that he built along with Drew Brees, and they are winning big right now. I think it's it's definitely better. To be honest with you, from what I remember, the Saints I think they're either they're dead last or they're one of the worst one of the top worst 3 teams in terms of total defensive yardage. I can't remember exactly where they're ranked in terms of run defense. I think they're ranked 20th. I think they were getting up 130 something, and even before this drive started, I think they had already given up 150. So you tack on an extra 30 plus yards probably, and they are on pace to giving up over 200 yards, I think, in this game on the ground. So New Orleans defense, they're one of the better at taking the ball away, but that has not happened today. So unfortunately, when you can't get stops, when you can't turn the ball over, you're going to start giving up a big chunks after a while. So, and Denver has not been a huge running team. I think their best run individual performance, at least, was around 70 to 80 yards, and I think that might have been Javonte. But even then, in 3 of their previous 6 games this season, Bo has been their leading rusher. And that kind of just tells you when your quarterback is their leading rusher for half of your games, usually means you're not running the ball that well. I don't care if you have a running back by committee. One of your running backs should be the leader. So when your quarterback is leading it means you've been struggling to run the ball. But tonight, they've been doing it well, man. Williams has probably been the more effective back. I'm trying to think of the other back that they had. Not Estime. McLaughlin. He's also had a couple decent runs. Nothing major, but he's been good. Bo Nix has been able to run I think he might have had close to 30 yards in the first quarter, maybe a little bit more. I think Bo is very close to about 50 rushing yards in this game. He's, not too far off of that. So yeah, Bo has had a good game in terms of on the ground, and the other 2 running backs have been able to get some good yardage. Yeah, Denver, in terms of total offensive yards, 357 tonight. A little bit of a swift kick here. New Orleans will get a chance to return. Ball at the 15. Not good blocking. Great coverage by the Broncos. And they're going to stop him at the 19. So Bo Nix was the last quarterback taken in the first round, and Spencer Rattler was the next quarterback taken in this draft. So from the first round all the way to the fifth. And Spencer looking, throwing to his left and unable to connect. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Once again, a little bit of pressure, pocket, kind of getting pinched at the end there, needing to step up. Had to keep those legs moving as he threw. So Denver, once again, putting pressure on this quarterback. I agree with you, Dahlia. He has not had good pass blocking basically almost the entire game. Tight end in motion to the right. Denver sending 5. Once again, pressure, able to get the ball out. Good gain. It'll be 9 yards. That is to Cedric Wilson Jr. It'll be 3rd and 1. But like I said, of the two quarterbacks, when they are pressured, Spencer has been the most accurate. When he's been able to get the ball out, the ball either goes out of bounds or he's been able to get it relatively close to his guys. They just have been unable to catch him. 3rd and 1. It's going to be a toss to, is that Williams? It's going to be a first down. And that is Jamal Williams, the former Green Bay Packer, getting just enough yardage there to get New Orleans' first down of the half. First and 10 ball, just shy of the 30. Spencer rolling out to his right, getting it out to his tight end. I believe that is his wide receiver, Tipton, the rookie. Tipton able to get about 9 yards on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Spencer, no huddle here, trying to get everybody on the line. Under center, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Williams on the left side, and he's going to break off a nice gain. He is going to be very close to the 49 of Denver. That might have been New Orleans' best run out of their running backs here. I know Spencer had like a decent 20-yard run. All right, full ball at the 49 of Denver here. Spencer rolling out to his right. He's going to cut it inside, and he's going to run and slide just shy of the 45. But there is a flag, and unfortunately, something tells me this is going to be coming back. And it is. It's going to be a holding call on the tight end, Moreau. And it looks like the injuries on offense for New Orleans just keep on piling on. It looks like they're starting. They said I think one of their guards is out for the game. Spencer in the shotgun. 2 receivers in motion, and that's moving back here. Looks like it's going to be a false start on New Orleans. Oh, man, this drive was looking good. It was looking good. They had 2 decent runs by Williams to be able to get some good yardage. And that was by their right guard there. That's not even the guard that got replaced. So now 1st and 25 after the hold and false start. They're all the way back at their 36, I believe. And that throw is going to be the Tipton on the left side. He's going to be down at about the 43. So 2nd and 18. Spencer gets the ball out quickly. They're going to be out across the 50 down to about the 44. That pass was to Wilson, number 11. And there's going to be another flag here. And that's going to be a holding on the offense. Sorry, illegal hands to the face, actually. And now that is on the backup guard. That is on the rookie Hergel. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. Oh yeah, got a fistful of that face mask. And that'll wipe away a very nice gain. So now it'll be 2nd and 28. They are back all the way at their own 33. Spencer looking pressured, cannot get away, and he's going to go down for his first sack of the night. And this drive that was looking very promising for New Orleans has been going backwards the last handful of snaps. First time they've been able to get to Spencer Rattler outside of the strip sack early in the game. I think I said it was the first sack. That's actually the second. So 3rd and 34. Yes, I was right. Ball at the 27. Quick throw, trying to get just any kind of yardage. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, all the way out across the 41. Woo! I think that is Bub Means, by far one of my favorite names. Bub Means. One of these days, I'm gonna do a short video of my my top 10 favorite names in the NFL. There's some really good ones, some really really good ones, and Bub Means, I can already tell you, is gonna be on the list. I don't know if Bub is a nickname, it might be, but Bub Means, chef's kiss on that one. Unfortunately, New Orleans will punt it even after a gain of 14 on the play. It'll still be 4th and 20. Kick is away. Looks like it's down to inside the 20, but there is a flag on the field. .56 seconds left in the third quarter here. Derek Carr trying to talk to the young man on the bench here. It's going to be a false start on New Orleans. Holy cow. I'm trying to do the mental math here. I'm pretty sure on this drive, New Orleans has had I think they have had close to 45 penalty yards just on that drive alone. Because they were out across the 50. Then at one point they had the ball around they had to move back like all the way to the 20. It was like a 15-yard loss after back-to-back penalties. They got some more yardage, but then they ended up moving back all the way to the 33 again. And it was like 3rd and 28. And then now that 5-yard penalty, they lost a lot of yardage. Yeah, man, that was a rough sequence there. It was looking good, but penalties just completely killed any momentum they had on that drive. Ugh. All right, give me a second, guys. Oh, God. Sorry, I did not want you guys to hear me blowing my nose. It is not that kind of channel here. All right, Bo in the shotgun. Two receivers stacked up on the left side. Running back in the backfield to his right. Looking, has to scramble to his right and finds a man down the field. That is number 17, Vale, with a first down. But there is a flag on the field. I think that's going to be on the Broncos here. Typically, when you see a quarterback having to scramble, it's a good chance that it's going to be holding. And it is. So that good catch down the field. It's going to be wiped away. And we're going to see the Broncos moving backwards. All right, clock is winding. This will most likely be the final play of the third quarter. It's going to be a run. It's going to be McLaughlin with a carry. It's going to be down at about the 20. They're marking him off at the 21. At one point, he was being carried. Both feet off the ground there. All right. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. We are heading to the fourth here in New Orleans with a score of 26-3. I was expecting a lot closer game, but unfortunately, New Orleans has just been unable to get anything going on offense. Their defense struggling. Obviously, coming into this game, they were one of the worst defenses in terms of yardage, passing, rushing. I think they were dead last, or almost dead last in terms of total defensive yardage. But there was a little bit of hope because they were one of the best teams at taking the ball away. I think they had either 10 or 11 interceptions coming into this game, along with about 6 or 7 fumble recoveries. But turnovers have been hard to come by for New Orleans. But the yardage they have been giving up has been what you expect. And that's kind of been the big difference right here. Denver's defense, one of the better ones in the NFL, have been able to get consistent pressure on Spencer Rattler. I think the kid has done well to be able to minimize his mistakes. Outside of the fumble strip sack that came from his blind side. So to me, not really on him. That pressure came in, honestly, within like about 2 seconds. It was a late late rusher. Vance Joseph's defense doing a great job of keeping that secret until the very, very last second. So by the time he took the snap, he was not looking that way. Almost got the ball out in time, but got hit. Other than that, no interceptions. He's only come close to throwing a really bad ball once. I think that was his third attempt. It was almost picked up by number 55, actually, the guy who ended up strip sacking him a couple plays later, or maybe another sequence later. But yeah, man. Otherwise, I think Spencer Rattler has been solid. He just has not had any help by his wideouts, man. No separation. They've had a couple drops. The running game has not really been getting going at all. Jamal Williams, I think, has the best run, and that came on that last drive. But we saw what ended up happening. Bunch of penalties, moving them back. It's kind of been the story. Denver, I don't think, has done anything crazy. I think they've just been able to minimize the turnovers, minimize the mistakes. Haven't gotten a whole lot of penalties. So it'll be 2nd and 10, ball at the 21. Fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, gets it to number 84 for a gain of about 4. And once again, Denver does not need anything more points. They're already up by a full 23, 3-possession lead. Saints have really shown nothing on offense to get you worried. So be smart with the ball, short passes, keep the clock rolling, and just get out of here with a road win, a big road win. So 3rd and 7, Bo in the shotgun, looking. It's going to scramble, and he is going to be taken down after a gain of about 2 on the quarterback scramble. Good coverage by New Orleans. Didn't look like there was anything on the screen at the very least. There was nothing there. And the pressure was, they made Bo nervous. And good job by Bo not throwing the ball. He has not been good when he has had pressure in his face. So, even if it was a sack, just keep the ball, punt the ball, force New Orleans to travel down the field and get their points. And it'll be fair caught at about the 24. 13:29 left in the game. Broncos in control here in week 7 to kick off Thursday night football, baby. I am hoping New Orleans can get something going. Explosive run, maybe a nice little deep throw to from Spencer Rattler to somebody. Just looking to get a little bit of something here. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything New Orleans can do, man. I mean, their short game. I mean, Spencer once again has been able to get the ball underneath, but Denver has done such an amazing job of being able to rally to the ball quickly. New Orleans' offensive line has not given them a chance to really get those deep routes in, basically be a factor, man. When you're having to run the ball after about 2.5 seconds or less, I mean, you're not going to be able to get the ball down the field. And Spencer has been able to buy time, but once again, his receivers have been able to get no separation. Every single time he's thrown the ball, there's usually a Denver Bronco within about 2 yards of anybody. Kamara hasn't been able to get anything open. Jamal had the best 2 runs, in my opinion, and one of them was only a 3-yard gain for a first down. So, I know. I'm just hoping for a little bit of something from Dennis Allen here. Hopefully he can get this New Orleans offense, even if they can only get a touchdown, maybe a field goal on top of that to kind of end the game. I think that we'll take that. So, quick throw to the right, gets it out to Tipton, the rookie, and he's going to be very close to a first down. Great, tough catch and run there. Putting his shoulder down and just barreling through. It'll be a gain of about 9.5. 2nd and inches. 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun. Spencer looking to his right. Quick pass and cannot get it to Tipton. A little bit too far off sides. Sorry, too far to the sideline. Very tight pressure, very tight coverage, I should say. So he was definitely trying to move that ball a little bit away. It's going to be a run up the middle by Kamara. He's going to get first down yardage, gain of about 4 on the play. All right. Shotgun, quick snap. Spencer throwing to his left, finding Bub Means for a first down. Gain of about 12 or 13 on the play. And Bub Means also another rookie. Ball is at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Pressure, and Spencer is going to be taken down for another sack. And, man, that came quick. Bonito just completely... Was that Bonito? Let me see. Yeah, Bonito. Just destroying that left tackle. Holy cow. Yeah, by the time he was touched, he was already basically past the tackle. And another quick snap. He needs to roll out. He's got a bunch of guys running after him, man. Trying to get it to Tipton for a minimal gain. Maybe only 4 or 5 yards. Man, dude, the pressure is... I mean, at this point, the last 2 plays have been nearly instantaneous. All right, ball at the 47 of New Orleans. It'll be 3rd and 13. Tipton in motion to the left. 3 receiver bunch to the left. Spencer needing to get the ball out, and he's going to be sacked again. That's the 4th time he's been sacked. 2nd time on this drive. I feel for the kid, man. He's been good. For what he's had to deal with, he has been solid. You know, he's not... I'm not going to say, oh, he's looking like Jaden Daniels out there, but when you cannot even get a chance to really set your feet in the pocket, you're only going to be able to do what you can. So he's been smart with the ball. He's not just chucking it down the field. He's been accurate even with pressure in his face. He's taken what the defense is giving him. He's being exactly what you need of a young backup. Being smart with the ball, keeping it. It's just unfortunate his offensive line is just letting him down tonight. Dennis Allen is not helping either. There's been like almost no slants. Again, I would have to see the all-22. Maybe the slants are not open. I know this offense is not really used to running those kinds of plays. But you got to give the kid something over the middle. Something quick, something easy that he can throw to. You know, give your receivers a chance to, get them in motion when they get the pass. Maybe they'll break a tackle, get a couple extra yards, make the next down a little bit easier for them. But easier said than done. And again, I'm not a coach. And we're on a commercial break here, so we're not missing anything yet. Yeah, Denver rushing the ball over 200 rushing yards today. And that's another big factor, too. Time of possession has just been completely on Denver's side of the ball. New Orleans unable to really get any drives down the field, have not been able to really hold on to the ball. It's going to be a run to the right here. Williams breaks it off. First down, it's going to be a gain of nearly 20 yards. I think it's going to be closer to 18 or 17 there. And it's going to be a holding penalty on the Broncos here. It's going to wipe away a big run. New Orleans defense giving up nearly 600 yards last week against Tampa. They're closing in on nearly 400 tonight. And if they give up more yardage here, and they don't need a whole lot, they're going to be close to giving up 1,000 yards in just 2 games. So, 1st and 17, ball inside the 10 down to about the 7. Run it with Williams, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. He's going to be lucky to get the ball to the 6. He'll be 2nd down. Clock is now going to be under 9:40 for the game. Second and 19, 2 receivers to the left. Bo in the shotgun, looking, throwing it over the middle, and the ball gets batted down. Incomplete. He had an open receiver to his left, running a little shallow out. Might have only gained maybe 4 or 5 yards, but still. Especially late in this game, man. Just take what the defense gives you. Just from what I can tell, he was trying to get it to a guy that there was a couple New Orleans defenders there in the middle of the field there. New Orleans has 5 guys on the line showing some pressure. They do send almost all 5, but there's going to be a draw play, and Javonte Williams able to get a decent gain on a 3rd and very long. Makes the punt a little bit better. Gets it out of the shadow of the goalpost here. And the Denver Broncos punter, man, he has not had a good game. A lot of his punts have been kind of in the mid to high 30s, maybe the low 40s. It's not been an amazing game for him. This one is still not a great punt. It's going to be around the 40. New Orleans able to get it across the 50, and they are going to be in Broncos territory to start this drive. Please get something going here. Another rough punt for Dixon. Not very high, not very far. Denver able to get a decent return on that one. Gain of about maybe 12 or almost 15 on the return. And before it gets too late here, I want to say thank you. If you were joining in, if you've been here for most of it or even just a little bit of it, I appreciate it. It's not been the most exciting game, or at least the most engaging game. It's been a lot of definitely one-sided. Not even that great on defense. A couple sacks here and there. kind of spread out. But appreciate you guys staying through. And hopefully this weekend, we're going to have some more exciting games. Obviously, we're going to be trying to get to 3 games on Sunday. Green Bay, I think Baltimore is going to be one of them. And I think we're going to do the Kansas City and San Francisco game, which will be the late afternoon game as well. So that's going to be going on Sunday. And then obviously we will have Monday night as well. Oh, no, sorry. Sunday night will not be Baltimore. It'll be the Jets and the Steelers. That should be a pretty good game. Steelers are looking good on defense. Their offense, who knows who's going to start at quarterback. And then on top of that, the Jets, who are in complete disarray, fired their head coach, demoted their offensive coordinator, might be trading one of their top 4 targets in Mike Williams, but they also brought in Devontae Adams, giving up a conditional third, who can turn into a second. So that should be a pretty entertaining game. Hopefully the memes are strong. It's going to be a nice little run up the middle by Kamara, who's going to gain 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. And then Monday night is going to be Baltimore and Tampa. That should be a good game. 2 good defenses, and then 2 offenses who can put up some points. Quick throw to Johnson from Rattler, gain of about 1. This Denver defense, man, they are playing very tight coverage. They do not fear anything over the top here. I think I see almost the entire I'm pretty sure I see the entire defense on the screen here, showing that they're gonna run everybody. And Spencer Rattler, beautiful throw, cannot get it any better. Receiver just goes right through his hands. I mean, Spencer put it right in the basket, dude. He was trying to get it to Bub Means. Bub, ball just went right through his arms. If he hauls it in, it's a big gain. First down, inside the 30, I'm pretty sure. So 4th and 5, New Orleans going for it. Pressure, Spencer tossing it to Alvin Kamara, who is going to drop shy of the first down, and that'll be turnover on downs. Once again, Spencer being smart with the ball, get it to a playmaker underneath, see what he can do. Kamara, coverage is really good. They rallied to the ball, and he also ended up slipping on the play too. So it's been a tough night for New Orleans. I don't think Spencer has not been the issue. I don't even think if Carr was here, I don't think it would be any different. The pressure has been the biggest issue. Coverage has been really good. I think if Chris Olave was available, I think it would be a little bit different. I think you would have at least a guy that you could throw the ball up to, and he would probably come down with it. You know, at best, it's going to be 50-55. 45-55. I trust Olave to be able to be aggressive enough to go up and get it. But I don't think Derek Carr would have been able to get much out of this offense tonight. Yeah, Dennis Allen is going to have to do something here, man, because this New Orleans team is a far cry from the team that we saw in week 1 and 2. So they are 2-4. They started out 2-0, and they're about to head towards their 5th consecutive loss. There was already talks of Dennis Allen being fired last year. You know, he was losing the locker room. The team basically was like ignoring him, you know, trying to take a knee. They did not take a knee. They gave it to Jamal Williams to get him a touchdown. Dennis Allen was not happy about that, and then he ended up apologizing to a rival team for running that ball, scoring a touchdown, and you can tell that it rubbed his team, his players, the wrong way. Like, it's one thing if you tell us in private, hey, you got to listen to me. Stop doing that BS. If I say kneel the ball, you got to kneel the ball. But it's a whole other thing to say that publicly and say, like, basically it's an embarrassment. That's not how we do it around here. You can tell it rubbed some guys the wrong way. It might be a reason why Jameson Winston is no longer on the team. He's in Cleveland now. And now you're starting out 2-5, 5 straight losses. I mean, Dennis Allen has not done a great job of, making an argument for himself. And the Broncos just running right through this New Orleans defense, just barreling through. Gained an extra almost 10 yards after contact. And I think this New Orleans defense, I think they're just gonna let it go. You're still gonna see some effort out there, but you're gonna start seeing some guys saying, "Hey, man, it's we're losing by 23 points. There's no chance we're gonna win. Let's just get here. Let's get home. Let's get healthy. Try not to be embarrassed or get embarrassed the last couple plays here." Bo throwing it to his left, getting a first down, but there is a flag on the field. Sean Payton is pointing to the Broncos side here. And it's going to be on the Broncos, ineligible man downfield. So that'll wipe away a huge first down catch and run for the Broncos. Clock is still running, under 6:20 left in the game. 1st and 15, ball at the 48 of Denver. Fumble, and that is going to be a turnover for New Orleans. First turnover of the game, stripping the ball out of, is that Estime? And that is Estime who coughs it up, and that is 100% a fumble. And that is Willie Gay coming up with a huge strip. All right, New Orleans getting a little bit of revenge here, just a little bit. Definitely a fumble. Knee, I mean, he's falling actually backwards. So 1st and 10, ball at the 47 for New Orleans here. Trying to dump it down and trying to get it, and it's going to be a loss. And that is to his running back, Miller. It's going to be a loss of about 5 or 6. They are on their side of the field now. You can tell Spencer Rattler trying to look down the field on that one before he dumped it off. He's going to dump it off again to Miller. He's going to be on the other side of the 50 and going to get back to close to the original line of scrimmage there. And I mean, there is nothing happening on this offense. Pressure is there instantly. Spencer needing to get the ball out quickly and gets it out to Cedric Wilson, who's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th down. Most likely New Orleans will be going for it here. Spencer in the shotgun, tight formation, gets the ball out quickly. 1st down, Cedric Wilson, gain of about 5. Clock is under 5 minutes. Keeps on rolling. Two receivers to his left. Has to scramble. Barely gets out of a tackle, and he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Spencer, man, he has been, to me, he has impressed me with the poise that he has shown, dude. Again, it's only 3 points. There's nothing to be proud of necessarily, and he takes a shot, and he is going to fumble the ball, and that is Barton again. Barton picked up the first fumble, and he literally walks backwards in to the end zone. Spencer Rattler took a shot. I think it was either the corner or a safety that was sent on a blitz, and you could tell he was holding his back, man. That hurt like a son of a gun. And right now they are saying that it is a touchdown for the Broncos. Got to give it to Vance Joseph, man. He is not giving anything to this kid. Again, coming from the blind side, Spencer trying to buy a little bit of time, rolling out. Should have just gotten the ball out. And that is 100% a fumble sack. The second one of the day. And the extra point is good. And now you are seeing a mass exodus of Saints fans. That was so bad that the ball did not even hit the ground before Barton just plucked it out of the air and just basically he didn't even have to sprint. He just kind of it was like a little jog all the way to the end zone. Oh, man. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. They were moving. Yeah, man. That's so deflating after New Orleans finally forced a fumble on defense. Finally got their hands on the ball, gave them good field position, only for the offense to just cough it up and then give up a scoop and score. I never put the timeouts back for this half. I don't even know what we're at here in terms of timeouts. They might have them all. They might not. All right, 4:06 left in this game. It is a 30-point lead for the Denver Broncos. New Orleans returning it here, trying to get the ball to the 20, and they're going to be stopped at about the 22. And you got to give it to Vance Joseph and this defense, man. They have looked amazing. What is that? 5 sacks, 2 stripped sacks, one of them being returned for a touchdown. No interceptions, but they have put pressure on this kid the entire game. Big run for New Orleans, and that is going to be a first down, gain of about maybe 15 or more on that one. And that is Kendre Miller. Oh boy, we got the bags over the Saints' head here. We got the ints. We have a Denver Bronco on the ground. Definitely not what you want to see when you're up by 30. And I got to give it to Sean Payton and this Broncos team, man. Obviously, I feel like the defense is doing most of the heavy lifting, especially early in the season. But to have a quarterback who has been solid, I definitely don't think. Granted, I get it, like the memes, the Bover throws, things like that. I think Bo, he's definitely not a perfect quarterback. He is probably the least impressive of the guys that are actually playing. Caleb Williams looked rough the first 2 weeks, but he's looked amazing since then. Jaden Daniels has looked phenomenal, borderline MVP. It's going to be a handoff to Miller again, and he's going to be very close to another first down. Let me see what else. Who is another quarterback that is playing? Drake May, only kind of starting out. We haven't seen a whole lot of him yet. I think it's too early to even say if he's been playing okay or bad or anything like that. It's going to be a throw up the middle. Too far too high there for Johnson, and he is going to be unable to bring it in. Spencer Rattler, 25 of 36, only 172 yards. He does have an interception. Did they consider that the touchdown a pick? Because I honestly do not remember him throwing a pick in this game. It's going to be a run by Miller. He's going to absolutely go nowhere. He was running to the right. They strung it out all the way to the sideline. It's going to be 4th and 1 here. Ball at the 41, and Spencer's quarterback sneaks it. It'll be a first down. New Orleans keeps the ball here. But once again, going back to the Broncos, for Bo Nix, who has not been amazing, even tonight, 16 of 26, 165, no touchdowns, but no interceptions either. And pressure in Spencer Rattler's face again, gets out of it, and is going to be able to get inside the 50 down to about the 48.5 yard line. You can tell, man, this kid is just exhausted. He is like struggling to get to back to the, I don't even want to say huddle. He's just trying to get back to the next play here. 2nd and 5, handoff. It's going to be no gain on the play. So 3rd and 5. So once again, Bo and this offense have not been amazing. Haven't put up a big bunch of yardage or even points outside of that Raiders game. But they're about to go 4-3. They had a 3-game winning streak. They have looked serviceable for the most part. And New Orleans will get to the 2-minute warning here. And this game is almost mercifully over. I am honestly just hoping for a touchdown, not even for the score. I'm just hoping for Spencer Rattler, man. I think the kid has been hounded almost the entire game, and he has been sacked. He has been fumbled. Apparently, he threw an interception. I guess that last hit that went for a touchdown was a pick. This kid has been struggling, but he has been, in my opinion, he's been smart with the ball. He's been tough. He's been in there. He's taken the shots. He's always gotten up, and he's been willing to and been able to make plays, smart plays as well. And, oh, man, they're putting Hayner in. So that is the end of Spencer Rattler's night. Whether that's a benching or whether that's just, you know what, we'll just get to next week and we'll start from there. Hayner's first pass hits it to Tipton. Great throw. Hit him right in the hands. Tight coverage. But there's a flag, and it's going to be on the Broncos, so there'll be a first down for New Orleans. Like I said, when Derek Carr went down, Hayner came in, and he was fairly accurate with his throws. And it looks like Spencer is getting checked on the sidelines here. Another good throw by Hayner. Another little slant route to Tipton. And, yeah, when Spencer got hit on that last fumble/interception that got returned for a touchdown, he landed right on the Denver Broncos defender's helmet. And he grabbed his, around just like his hip, just around that side, grabbed that immediately. So I think that might be the reason why they are probably putting in Hayner at this point. All right, 2nd and 1. Hayner dropping back, has time, and Miller dumps it down to the running back, and Miller, I don't know what he was doing. He easily could have gotten 2 hands on that, turned around, and gotten the first down. Instead, he just tries to one-hand it, and he ends up dropping it. Easy first down. Now it's 3rd and 1. All right. 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun. Running back to his left. Play clock is 3, 2, 1. Takes the snap. Throws the ball quickly. Gets it out to Cedric Wilson, who breaks a tackle. It's going to be inside the 15, down to the 12. And this is, so far, the best drive for the Saints. Clock is going to be under a minute and a half. And it looks like New Orleans will be using a timeout here, their first of the half. I bet Spencer Rattler's right now, he's like, where was all this space? Where was all this space underneath for me to throw to throughout the entire game? He's like, now that I get hurt and I had to leave the game, now they're giving this guy all the space in the world to just throw it underneath. All right. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 12-yard line. 2 receivers on each end, showing pressure, throwing the ball down the field, and that is a touchdown for the Saints. Cedric Wilson running a nice little slant from the left to the right to the center of the field. Soft coverage all around. And Hayner, man, his throws are just bullets, man. This guy's got a freaking. I don't know how far he can throw it, but man, from within 15 yards, man, those balls are coming out crisp, like a potato chip. I don't know why I said that. Don't worry about it. Kick is up, and the first extra point for New Orleans is good here at home. And for the fans that have stuck around, they get at least one touchdown from the New Orleans Saints. Clock is at 1:22. You can tell Sean Payton not happy with that. He was looking for it wouldn't have been a shutout, but trying to hold them out without a touchdown. Hayner just driving them down the field. Seastrom, catch you later, brother. Have a good one. Good luck with your D&D game, man. You're going to have to let me know how it goes, but you're going to kill it, my friend. All right, this kickoff's taking a little bit long to get situated. I don't know what's going on. Come on. It's a 23-point game. Just kick it. I know they're trying to do an onside kick, but just come on, man. All right, Broncos using their second timeout. All right. Dennis Allen and Sean Payton clearly trying to be a little petty with each other here. Sean Payton, we already know how would be calling him a little bit of a douchebag at times be too much. Because I think that is putting it mildly. Let's just say he's competitive. And I feel like he is, I think he took that touchdown drive by New Orleans there at the end personally. And I think he's wants to make sure he puts the boot to his former team. All right. But New Orleans will try an onside kick here. It's going to go to the right. And it's going to be recovered by the Broncos here. And New Orleans, with just 2 timeouts left, will likely not be able to stop the clock to get the ball one more time. I mean, even if they stop them all 3 times, they're going to get the ball with maybe, and I mean maybe, about 20 seconds. Probably less, actually. There's usually a little bit of a gap in between when the play clock starts for the next play. So 1 second ticked off the clock, so 1:21. We will see if Dennis Allen chooses to use all 2 timeouts. And looks like New Orleans will not use it, so one more kneel down will end this game. It'll be a 33-10 victory for the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix coming in may not have had a spectacular game, but did not turn the ball over. And Sean Payton comes back to the city and the team that he helped lead to their first and only Super Bowl thus far. And Sean Payton getting one over on his protege, Dennis Allen, there. Denver improves to 4-3. They have now won 4 out of their last 5 games. And unfortunately for New Orleans, they will drop to 2-5, having lost 5 consecutive games after going 2-0, scoring 91 points in their first 2 games. It's going to be tough, and Dennis Allen, his seat every week is getting warmer and warmer. Who knows? There's a couple coaches that already have a hot seat. Doug Peterson, obviously, in Jacksonville. But Dennis Allen, he could be one of the next coaches to go before the season ends. All right, guys. I think we had enough time to break this down. Kind of talked about the Broncos. It was a one-man defense game. New Orleans Saints defense really struggling. Only got 1 turnover, and that was late in the fourth quarter. Gave up a lot of yardage, a lot of time of possession. Saints just not enough playmakers. Running game could not get going, and the offensive line just completely unable to block. Oddly enough, Spencer Rattler was probably the best playmaker for this offense, and he was sacked 5 times and gave away the ball twice. Once on a fumble early, I believe in the first quarter, and what looked like to me was a fumble, but apparently they marked it down as an interception that was returned for a touchdown after taking a shot in the backfield. Just a tough night for New Orleans. Able to get a touchdown there at the end with the third-string quarterback Hayner out of Fresno State. But this was all Denver Broncos. Their defense just giving great field position, holding New Orleans to basically nothing on offense. And the Broncos offense just needed to be smart and not turn the ball over. They only did it once, and that was already with the score pretty well in hand, and the win, I would say, well in hand as well. So, tough game for New Orleans. They got to bounce back. 5 straight losses. Got to get something going the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, Dennis Allen might be on his way out. Once again, I do apologize for the way I sound. Still recovering. So, we're going to end this out. I wish it was a better game, but hey, it is what it is. 43 points altogether. Big win for the Broncos. Brandon Perna probably ecstatic right now. Probably going to put the Broncos somewhere in his top 5, or probably 1.5, so he doesn't jinx them, somewhere around there. So that'll be fun to watch for his power rankings. So I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for everybody. Seastrom, once again, thank you, brother. Dahlia, thank you again for hanging out. Anybody else that didn't hit the chat, it's okay. I appreciate you, even if you were here for a couple minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, leave a like so I know that you guys are liking some of this content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're feeling, either about the game, about the stream. Let me know. And we're going to keep on going all season long. We're going to do 3 games on Sunday, starting with the Packers, going with Kansas City, San Francisco later on in the day, and finally on Sunday finishing up with the Jets and the Steelers before we go to Monday night with Baltimore and that Tampa Bay defense. Should be a fun 4 games this week, and I can't wait, man. Oh, yeah. One last thing. Packers are going to be wearing their all white I hope those look great. As I've seen the promotions, they look phenomenal. Hopefully they look great in Lambeau Field against the Texans. Go Pack Go. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you guys on Sunday. Get some rest. Get some whatever you need to do. If you got to work, get it going so we can enjoy Sunday football. Thank you again. My name is Dave. And once again, I am not a coach. Catch you guys later. Thank you.